Right, let's all play.
Hi guys, back once again for another song. This time not a solo, but I'm going to try and work through the whole song of Wholehearted. There's 4 sections, so I'm going to try and go through all 4 of them in one video, as long as it doesn't get too long. Okay, just a couple of notes. I have a 6 string and not a 12 string. The original track has a 12 string on it, but I'm using it. I'm using a 6 string basically because most people don't have a 12 string, so this is a bit more how you'll sound, and I don't have a 12 string as well. So those are the 2 main reasons. Also, I'm in standard tuning and not in E flat. Again, just basically to make your life a bit easier, because I'm going to sound the same as you, and to make my life a bit easier so I don't have to detune. Although it's not that much of an imposition, I just figured it would be more useful to do it in the standard tuning. If you want to hear someone play it in the flattened tuning, just listen to the track and you can play along. There's not loads of stuff over the top of it. So let's just crack on. So this is how I teach it when I do teach it. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to get every strum exactly as he does it, because especially if you hear him do it live, which I luckily have, it doesn't sound exactly like the track. So I'm going to do the version that I teach because I think it's the best way to learn it. And then if you want to expand rhythmically, add in some more dead strokes and all that cool stuff, do, because he does, and it's Nuno's song, so if that's what he does, then that's absolutely fine, okay? So the first little bit is based around a D chord shape that we're going to move around, okay? So he does this a lot in the song. He actually does this in a lot of other songs as well. He moves shapes around. Really clever idea, and it works really well when you're a lone guitar player. He talks about it in some interviews where he tries to play riffs with chords, because it adds a bit more kind of weight to what you're doing, and that's a really good thing to do when you're a guitar player on your own. If there's 2 of you, you don't need to do that, but you do if you're playing on your own, which he does in the band. So let's actually crack on. 2 minutes of me waffling, standard stuff. So first bit is going to be the intro, okay? So what I'll probably do is I'll just cut in a quick snippet of me playing through the intro basically now. Okay, so that hopefully I've managed to cut that in properly, and then what I'm going to do now is talk about what I've just played. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm going to move this D shape from this D chord here to an E7/D, which is going to be 4 on the G string, 4 on the E string, and then 5 on the B string, okay? And that is so that's an E7/D, okay? I won't explain why that's what it's called, but that is what it is. So what I'm going to do is I strum all of these down, so it's... I have a tendency to add lots of extra strums in there when I do it as well, so feel free to kind of embellish as and when you want. I can't get my words out today, but basically that's how I'm going to do it as my basic form. So this is how I teach it. So down, 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 and we move to that E7/D. We do the same thing as, for the second time, and then what we're going to do once we've done that is we're going to pick from the E string, B string, G string. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4. That's how I always count it in my head. So it's going to be the first 2 bits. Down, 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 count, tap to stay in time, and then down, down, pick up, E, B, G, okay? So basically this next bit is going to start the same. It's going to be down, 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 and then we've got the rhythm that I always teach here, to keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to go down, down, up, and the first down is a slightly longer note, and then it's going to be down, up straight away, like that, down, up, okay? Okay, like that. I'm going to do it 4 times. Okay? And again, that's just to keep it as simple for you guys as possible. Throw in extra strums and make it sound as cool as you possibly can, but that is the basics of what we're going to be doing there, okay? So it's D, D, E, down, down, up, and that's the rough rhythm. Sorry. So again, if you've watched my other videos, I mention this all the time. I use the words Jaffa cake for that, but that rhythm is actually cake Jaffa. So if you forget the rhythm, just tap it out. Cake Jaffa, cake Jaffa, cake Jaffa. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, now the final part of the rhythm is going to actually be very similar again, but this time we're going to end up not at the E, we're going to go 1 fret further, so that's going to be 5th fret on the G and 5th fret on the E and then 6th fret on the B, and that is an F6/D, classic chord that we're playing all the time, but it sounds really cool. There you go, F6/D. We're going to basically do the same kind of rhythm. I'm going to go down, 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 same as before, same rhythm as before, but I'm going to go 1 on the D, 1 on the E, and then hit that F6/D. Again, that's my basic rhythm that I'm going to do. What I'm actually doing here is I'm building and building and building and trying to get faster and faster. So that's the basics of what I'm doing in that whole intro. Obviously, at the start of this little section, I'm going to have me just playing through the intro, so you can flick back and listen to it if you and play along if you want to. But that's basically what I'm doing. So. Okay guys, we're back. So now we're back for the main riff. Okay, so let's crack straight on. So I'm going to break this down into 4 sections, okay? So we've got a lot of different techniques here, so just try your best to keep up. Basically, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play 5 on the D string. I'm going to hammer on to 7 on the D string, but I'm also going to play the open A string. So that's how I get that noise. Then I'm going to play, with my 3rd finger down on 7, I'm going to play that 4 times. So the rhythm there, I actually go down, up, up, down, okay? So you hammer on with the down, and then it's down, up, down, okay? So that's the rhythm there. Then I repick, and that's 7, 5, open, all pull-offs, okay? And then I'm going to hit 3 on the A string, which is a C note, curl that, and I'm going to play an A power chord, which is 0, open A string, 2nd fret D, 2nd fret G. So, riff, part 1 of the riff. Part 2 of the riff is going to be a very funky section, and again, this is a slightly simplified version, but this should do the job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double stop on the 5th fret G and B, and I'm going to hammer onto the 6th fret with, or just on the G string, okay, like that. So I get that sound. Double stop on the 5 on the G and the B, hammer onto 6 on the G. If I get it right, come on, Paul. Then I'm going to do 2 dead strums, okay, which I'm actually going to lay my 3rd finger down there. And then I'm going to push my 3rd finger down so I get 7 on the G and the B. So, and basically I'm going to do that twice. Then I'm going to do another hammer on. And that's it. That is section 3. See if I can zoom in a bit. This will be like manual zoom. Here we go. Here we go. So, okay. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going hammer, 2 dead, with my third finger just resting on the strings. Then I push down, then I'm going to do hammer, third finger resting. That's a down up I'm doing there with my picking hand. Push down again and then another hammer. Okay, zoom back out again so we can get in the rest of the guitar. Cool. So then the next riff is almost the same as the first riff. We get the hammer on the D string 5 to 7. Then down, up, down, pull off. 3rd fret on the A string, which is the C note, but then I'm going to hit a D chord. Okay? And then we get this awesome riff, which I slightly fluffed, but you get the idea. So this awesome riff, part 4 of the riff is going to be 5, hammer on to 7 on the A string, then open G string, then I'm going to move back to 3 on the A and hammer on to 5, open D string, then I'm going to be on the A string, 2nd fret to 3rd fret, then I'm going to do the same thing but then pull off again, 3rd fret on the E string, the G note, then my A power chord again. Okay, so it's going to be okay, I'm putting curls on all those 3s as well. So and that is basically the main riff. It's actually the hardest section, but it doesn't take as long to go through, it just takes a long time to practice and get right. Hi again. So pre-chorus, really cool section. Basically the first part is just various different ways of playing, of using the D chord to play different chords. Okay, pardon me again. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me, it's the tea I'm drinking. And then the second part is variations on kind of A7s to play different chords. So let's go through. So the first bit is we're going to go from a D all the way up here to an A. Then we're going to go G, A, D. Okay, so that's literally the chord sequence. So the first one's just a normal D. The next one, the A, is going to be, we're going to do 9 on the G, 9 on the E, and then 10, which is our root note, on the B string. It's the same rhythm as before. Again, you know, when I play it, I will throw in extra bits, but the main thing is you get that kind of move there. Again, this is the way I teach it. I simplify it slightly, but when you hear me play it, I will throw in extra notes. Okay, so it's going to be, the simplified version will just be down, 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 but if I'm doing it more complicated, I'll throw in some ups, which is going to be down, down, up, down, down. That's why I'm doing the complicated version, down, down, up, down, down. But the simplified version is just going to be the same rhythm as the intro to start with. Then I'm going to hit one more on that A. Then I'm going to go G, which is going to be 7 on the G, 7 on the E, and then the root note 8 on the B. And I'm just going to go G, A, D. So this is the simplified version. Down, 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 down. Okay? Now you can use that rhythm for both sections as well. So it would be, if I just play it without talking. Okay? So you can hear those are all just down strums, and then this is the slightly more complicated version. The main things there is I'm just adding in extra strums actually when I'm holding the chords. As I've already gone through that bit. So once I've gone, that's actually going to be up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Up, down, up, down. I end on a down, yeah, so there's one more in there. So yeah, so up, down is that fast bit. And then I'm gonna go, this is what I'm actually doing here. I'm going down, I'm then hitting a dead down, and then I'm hitting it up. Then back to the D. And I'm doing the same strumming pattern I'm doing up here on the A. So that's the more complicated version of the rhythm. Use whichever you prefer. If you're struggling with it, use the simplified version and then build up to the other version. The main thing is this section, though it's two different chord sequences, the rhythm is effectively the same both times. So once you've got the rhythm sorted on one piece, you can then just throw it into the other piece once you've learnt the chords. So there's the kind of like the basic rhythm, which is this, which is like a stripped down version just to make your life a bit easier. And then the more kind of complicated one. I'm still keeping it relatively simple. If you hear that final D is the same as the A there, this is the bit that really makes the difference. So I'm going to go, which just sounds great because I'm going down, dead, down, up, down. Okay, so choose whichever you prefer. You know, you're the one who's playing, so do what you really like. I guess the more complicated one is the ultimate goal, but it doesn't have to be. If you prefer the other one, use that. I'm just going to play this now both ways again, but I'll go through the chords first. So the first chord's an A7. Okay. The second chord is a weird chord, so it's like an A7 chord, but then we're just moving it up 2 frets as though it's going to be a B7, but we're just forgetting to actually play the rest of the B7. So it's going to be 4th fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the B string, and then I'm going to just play the open A and the open G as well. And then it's going to be up here, it's going to be effectively like an A7 but played at the 5th fret, so it's going to be 5 on the D and then 5 on the B. And again, I'm going to have the open G string and the open A string. So those are my chords. So if I do it simplified with all the downs, okay, so and then I'm going to do the slightly more complicated version. Okay, so the same rhythm both times. Those are the 2 different chord sequences of the pre-chorus. They sound awesome. So good luck with that. I'm going to cut now. And then right, awesome. So now onto the chorus section, the final part of the song, and I am nearly done. It's taken me ages to record all of this because I am so inefficient. Basically, we're putting together a couple of basic chords. We've got a G, then we're going to go to a C add 9, and then we're going to go back to this bit. Yeah? And then we've got a riff. And that's the section. There you go, play it. No. So let's just go. So we're going to start with the G. Sorry, I'm getting my head in the game. Come on, Crane. So we start with a G. Now I like to do big you can't see. I like to do big strums on this one because it changes the feel. This is all kind of quite funky and I'm hitting dead notes and stuff. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff here. I'm just going to basically down up a lot of it. That's down, up, down, up. That's all I'm doing there. Big strums, down, up, down, up. Then on the A string, open, 2, 3, and that's walking into my C add 9. So C add 9 is the C note up here, which is 3rd fret A string. Then my major third, which is going to be the E note here, which is 2nd fret D string. And I'm going to keep my 2 fingers on that down here. Okay, so I've got a D note here. And then I've got, which is what makes it a 9. And then I've got my G note down here, which is the 5th. Cool sound. So, down. So that's going to be down strum, up, another up, and then the fast 4, down, up. That's 4. Yeah, that's 4. Down, up. So that's what I'm doing there. Down, up, another up, and then 4 downs. And then I'm going to do this bit again. And I'm going to do a little slide that second time. He doesn't do it all the time, but he does do it a little bit of a slide there some of the time. So I do that, often do that on the first time through, because I remember to do it there. But that's just another little way you can play it. Other than that, you're just doing the same rhythm as you've done before. And that's going to be that same rhythm as I do, like the more complicated rhythm with the kind of dead hit. And then a down strum for the slide across, okay? Then we're back into this. One of those, and then we're going to do the riff, which is going to be starting on D string 3rd fret and B string 3rd fret. And I'm going to play D string, G string, B string, then back up. And that's the rhythm. That's the thing to remember here is the rhythm. Then I'm going to play D string 2nd fret, then G string, okay? Then I'm going to pull off 2nd fret to open on the D string, C note again, which is 3rd fret on the A string, and then back in. Okay, so hopefully I will have managed to edit it so that you've seen each section before I talk through each section. I'm going to try and also cut in where I can the strumming patterns. Probably at the end of each section I'll throw in the strumming patterns, and that's the whole thing. It's going to be a super long video. It's taken me about an hour to record because that's my life, but please, this has taken a lot of effort. Please watch it, like, comment if you enjoyed me trying to do a whole song. Comment if you love extreme, because you should do. And then, yeah. And just, yeah, I'm really tired now, so I'm going to say goodbye and stop mumbling. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.